All right. Well, this is the first video review for 35 millimeter mines. Sitting here with Jacob,
Yes,
and he flew all the way in from New York just to go see Ides of March with me.
that's true.
No, it's not true at all. He was here for business. Makes it sound a lot more professional.
Yeah.
And well, while he was in town, we went and saw the movie, and we're gonna talk about it now. We're gonna tell you what we thought.
Right.
And I'm gonna let Jacob start.
um. So, yeah, uh, Ides of March, quite a different movie than I thought it would be. Um, all I had to go off of was just advertisements in New York City, and they were just I think they were the poster art of the split face, and I just thought it was going to be something more of a. I mean, I know it's a drama. It's a drama, but I have a cat here in my face. But um, it was you come into it, and it's just a lot. It's a lot different than I thought it was going to be, and it was good in that way. I thought I had somebody else sort of I had somebody else see the movie beforehand and kind of give me their synopsis on it, but I, you know, I don't know. Go
You, you
ahead.
you can tell them what the other person said it was. You
Oh,
could tell them that the other person said it was.
yeah. The other person that saw it said it was shit. They didn't like it at all. They thought it was probably I don't know. They didn't really give me too much of an idea of it because my roommate that went to go see it, she was French, and she probably didn't understand most of the complexities that were going on in the sort of uh, the world of politics, and I can see why
America.
that was America. I can see why that was a big problem for her. But even coming in from it, like for me, it was difficult, kind of, because I have no. It's just really complex. It just throws you straight in, really. Um, and Ryan Gosling plays like the main lead as a sort of wide-eyed beginner following George Clooney, and he was the governor that was sort of running to be president in this sort of fictional line, and he sort of just was what was he like the writer kind of wrote like a lot of this stuff for him.
I'd say he was. He started off as the secondary advisor to the soon-to-be president or president hopeful, president-elect.
Right.
So he started off as a second advisor underneath Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yes.
who's one of my favorite actors.
Solid cast, really solid cast. Acting was believable, and really sort of. It starts out like it's I don't know. It starts out and it's just a lot different. Then all of a sudden there's this pivotal moment where things just change rapidly, and I don't know. Should we talk about it like that, or were we getting people like watch it?
Um, I don't know. I'd say that we should like. I don't really want to give anything away. I don't know if it's a really like a movie where it's like a twist or anything that you're gonna give away.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll let people go watch it and decide for themselves on whether they think it's really twisted. I didn't really think it was twisted. I just thought it was politics, and I think that's how politics go for most. Um, I'll come in and say that I went into this movie like really excited to see it. Um, I just really was excited by the trailers and the cast. That's a stellar cast. I mean, you got Paul Giamatti, you got Philip Seymour Hoffman, George Clooney, Ryan Gosling, Evan Rachel Wood, and I'm sure there's others I'm forgetting, but those are the main ones. Those are the focused. Those are the focus on the actors, and he's right. It jumps right in, and like it doesn't really give you too much of there's no like real backstory. They talk about themselves a little bit in a past tense of what they've done and who they've been with and where they've worked to get to where they are. But I really liked it, and I guess I could jump right into it because I had worked on a campaign. I worked on Obama's election in 2008, and I drove out to Vegas, and I lived and I lived out I lived out there for a little bit working on his campaign in one of his offices underneath an advisor of his. So like that fast paced and like that hard work that they're doing, it's like it really is like 15-hour days of being on the phone or being out talking to people and trying to get your message through to make sure that the person that you're working for gets elected to what they're trying to do. So it really is just this stressful, more so of a hustle than pretty much any job. Like you're pimping somebody out basically. You're just feeding all these people the best things about the person you're working for to make them believe that they're on your side. And whether you believe it or not, that's what you're doing. You're working for that person to make sure that these people believe that this man's going to be the one for them when it comes time for, the 2012, 2008, whatever election. And I think that they all did a really good job portraying this. They all did a really good job at, um, the finer points of, like this is who I'm working for, and as far as Ryan Gosling goes and his character, he starts off like he said he's like this, he's like this starry-eyed kid who, he claims that he's worked on so many campaigns, more like his quote is more than some people at 40, but he still has the belief in him that he'll say or do anything for somebody that he believes in. If he believes in them, if he believes in their message, he will say and do anything to make sure that they get to where they need to be. And slowly throughout this movie, you just realize that politics become politics, just like in anything. And people change, views change, life changes, and you got to roll with what you got to roll with what you can to get to where you need to be. Because at the end, almost everybody is going to only be looking out for themselves, and that's kind of like the underlying message in this movie is, it's just like dog eat dog, and either the one that holds the cards or the bigger one, whichever one is whichever way, if the one that holds the cards has better cards, then you're gonna lose, and like that's basically like the message behind this movie. And I really really like this movie because it was it was a fictional script, and at the end I had to stop and see who wrote it because I want to know who wrote it because I feel like it was their political mind. It was like what they wanted to see happen maybe in the next election. And most of it is like really, it's really solid stuff. It's not really like feasible. Like it's not some of it's kind of ridiculous. Like a whole everyone running on electric cars in the next 10 to like 5 years. Like like that's a little ridiculous. But I see where they were going with it as far as creating new jobs and energy save and not giving money to foreign countries for gasoline and resources like that. Like I get that, but to think that everyone's going to stop, drop, and buy a new car, that's just absurd. Not everyone has that kind of money unless it's a government grant giving it to us. But I'm not going to get into the politics of that because it's a fictional movie. But I saw a lot of actually Obama's policies in this movie. So I think whoever it was, and I know George Clooney was one of the writers, and then there was two other guys, can't remember their names, but whoever it was a fan of his policies in the beginning. And they really did their homework on what it is to work for a campaign, and I really respected that. Like, I enjoy when I can watch a movie and they know what they're talking about, especially to somebody who's been through it. Like, you can look at that and say, "Oh yeah, I've done that. Oh yeah, I've seen that firsthand." So I enjoyed that part.
Um, I, I thought, I mean, I really thought it was believable, sort of, I don't know, idea, like, it's sort of this transformation of a character as things just start to go wrong. Ryan Gosling, his character, he tries to almost it just seems like everything is falling apart around him, and then everything's just working against him, and he sort of tips the scales and you start to see him like change as a person into a man that's what he sees before, like everyone else that's been there and been more experienced and stuff, and what Chad was talking about. The people that have been there longer and have almost become jaded and willing to slit throats in order to get what they want, and be the under the president or secure. They were trading off like, well, I want this. You want to be Secretary of State or something, and it's just people were willing to do whatever it takes to get there, and you see that his character starts to change into that towards the end of the film. He just morphs the situation into his favor, and towards the very, very end, you just see like almost a completely different person. And I think that's really, I mean, it's almost true to what happens when you go into that, I think.
And it's a testament to his ability as an actor. For anybody that doesn't like Ryan Gosling just because you think he's too hot right now, or because you're upset that all the girls like him, and I mean, get over it, because they're not going to get him, so they're going to end up with a schmuck like you. But you need to realize that, like, you can't be mad at him for being good looking. He's a really, really good actor, and he proves it in this movie, because he does a complete 180 from the character he's playing in the beginning to the character he is at the end. It is all over, like, and it all comes down to even just a facial expression at the end that tells you exactly that this is not the same person you were watching in the beginning. And he's a really, really talented actor, and I mean, maybe not Academy Award winning performance, but I'd say he'll probably at least get a nomination, Golden Globes. Like it was good. He did a really, really, really good job.
Yeah, again, like the cast was solid. It was. I didn't really even know who the cast was. I didn't get into it. I didn't when I went into it. I just didn't know. I just knew that from the poster. This is George Clooney directed and is starring, and also Ryan Gosling. I didn't know anything else about it, but I came out of it thinking it was worth the price of admission. So I would recommend seeing it. Yeah.
And then that's what I was going to get to next. I was going to ask you if you would recommend seeing it. So you got Jacob's recommendation, and you have my recommendation too. You should really go see Ides of March if you haven't yet. I know this review is about like 2 weeks late of its release, so I'm sure some of you already had. And if you disagree with what we said, then please, leave a comment and let us know.
Right.
I want to know what you thought. I want to know if you have a strong argument. Let me know and let's talk about it. This is Chad again, 35mm Minds, and Jacob Moody.
Yeah, that's me.
That's him. Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for visiting the site and sort of supporting us, and come in with comments or tell us what you think, or get in contact with us or something, because we really like to know who the people are reading.
Yeah, please let us know. Please let us know what you think, good or bad.
Please.
Please. And let us know, good or bad. And also, this is just friends doing this because we love movies. Like either all of us want to be in the industry in some way, or we are just complete and total fans of, any kind of movies, B movies, dramas, horrors, whatever. We love them all, and it's either we love them or we love to talk shit about them. Either way, we watch them. So, talk to us. Let us know what you think, and if you want to be a part of it, just write us, and we're always looking for more people that want to write about movies.
That's true.
If you have a rant, a review, some news, just let me know. And
we're very good at rants. Yes.
we like to rant, as you can tell right now. Because we probably should have hit stop like 30 seconds ago, but we keep on fucking talking.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys aren't even watching at this point.
All right. Signing off. Love y'all. Fuck off.